Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Star Wars Black Series action figure of Dengar. I gotta say, right out of the box, this is an awesome looking figure. I think Hasbro really stepped up as far as capturing all the details that make Dengar Dengar. Some Black Series figures are simpler than others. Some are a little more complicated, and I think Hasbro kind of rose to the challenge with this one. Not like it's that challenging, but there just is a lot to it, like his armor, all the fabric underneath the armor. Although in the case of this figure, there's a lot more armor and a little bit less fabric, but still you do see like the wrinkling of it underneath all the little pieces. The sculpt of his armor looks great. The little silver paint on the edges to kind of have the like chipped away little nicks on it look good. Gray paint on the straps are fine. The little wash over his shoes are good. It highlights the sculpt of the wrinkles a little bit. Also, just like the sculpt on the little pouches here, the sculpt on the belt. Really nice work. A little tanning right there at the edges of his sleeves. I mean, the details on this are great, and the articulation is pretty solid, all things considered. I mean, even with his little shoulder armor pieces there, you can still get him into like a pretty good T-pose because they slide into like the little shoulder opening there. You get the ball swiveling elbow joints. You got the hinged right wrist that goes up and down, hinged left wrist side to side. You get a ball joint there. Can't move it too much because of the shape of the armor, but you do get a mid-thigh cut at the very, very top of the thigh behind that armor piece. Everything else is pretty much what we're used to, the hinge swiveling ankle joints, all that, yada, yada, yada. But the head here really is worth noting because the likeness here is pretty good. I mean, we don't really get a great look at Dengar in the film, but just from what we've seen of him in the movie a little bit and then production photos, this is pretty solid. The scarring on his face, it's a good sculpt. The lines between his nose and mouth, his lips, eyeballs, eyebrows, it's all really, really good. And I saw a bunch of these in stores, and they're all really cleanly painted, so that's awesome. You get a little nick of like gray paint right there. I think that's supposed to be, I was presuming he was bald, but that might be hair in that little corner there. I don't really know. But the wraps around his head look good. The dark gray kind of paint on those little rivety nubbins there look good. Anyway, he comes with a few accessories, including his backpack with some nice details within the sculpt of it. And the paint on it's really solid. We'll put this on in a moment, but just like that little strap going around the top edge there. Really, really nice work. A lot of nice little surfaces to look at, smooth and kind of grimy ones, all that sort of stuff. He gets his little blaster. It is very little, and it looks good. And then we have his big gun. Here we go. Here's a look at that. Let's put the backpack on because that really is a big part of him and is not something that I should just leave off. Anyway, these two little straps kind of open up on the sides, and then you just plug that on there, and then just make sure that you get that strap tucked in into that little nook right there, and that little nook right there, and there we go. Now he's Dengar. Now everything feels right in the world. Yeah, this is great. I love this. I mean, I just think they did a great job with all the details on him. And this is the last of the bounty hunters. It's taken a few years to get all the Empire bounty hunters in action figure form, but now we finally have them. In this same year where they reissued Bosk and IG-88, if you missed out on them the first time. But yeah, looks awesome. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Turned out a lot better than Zuckuss. Zuckuss was a big disappointment for me, but this one makes up for it, I'd say. Anyway, great figure. I love it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, social media, all that stuff.